Yeah, we've got Judge Executive Michael Mueller here on with us this morning for the first time in 2024.
That's right. Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Good
how you
morning.
doing?
I'm doing fabulous. How about you guys?
Doing great.
Good.
Well, before we can really look ahead and get the 2024 started, we want to look back today, right?
Sure.
And look at what all happened in 2023, and it was your first year, full calendar year as Judge Executive, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a great year. There's a lot to learn. Fiscal court's been extremely busy, but positive things are happening, and I hope the community realizes that they've elected a good group of people that are all working together and trying to get to the same goals. So that's great.
Yeah. So we've got we got a bunch of images that you all sent our way. I don't know if you want to kind of lead us off, and then we'll show an image, or we'll
work our way through them.
Yeah.
Anything
It's
that
up to you.
see
If you want to throw an image up there, and I'll just kind of talk about it. I mean, I will say, here's a really good one. So we are working together with Thornhill Learning Center with the NCFL, National Center for Family Literacy. We are actually the pilot program in the country for teaching families basically to read and learn. So that's an exciting thing that the fiscal court decided to get behind very early. Dr. Felicia Smith came to me early on, and we talked about it, and I can't thank Thornhill enough. And the school systems are behind it, and we should all be proud as a community that we are the pilot program for that right there. So that's exciting. This here is just that's Greg Fry. He's our maintenance director. Just kind of showing that the first things I did basically as a team is to build the team. We had a lot of positions that people had retired and left and things like that. So I think just in our office alone, there's 7 new members. But Greg right there, we hired. He's actually local, was working in Lexington, but he went out to the jail and put a new HVAC unit in and saved us $10,000.
Wow.
So, it's all about hiring the right people, to do the right things. So that was a lot of, the first couple of months, at least, probably 6 months when we were starting out as far as was getting the appropriate people hired.
Yeah.
So building the team is very important.
I think, and I've met Greg once or twice, I think, at the fiscal court meetings.
Okay.
And it seems like a great guy.
Great guy.
Yeah, totally great hire.
Absolutely.
Yeah, somebody who's local too. Yeah.
Very, very nice. So this here is that's Fred. I can't remember his last name. That was the International Festival.
Right,
so we came up with the idea of, and I think it's been done in the past many years ago, but the fiscal court has never done it. One of the things that we did early on just in the fiscal court meetings was to have different religions and nationalities come and give blessings. So I think that's a different thing. I think we need to realize that our community is made up of a lot of different people and nationalities. So we did the first festival. It was cold that day, unfortunately. Yeah. We're going to schedule a little different next year, but the crowd was great. It was all positive. People learned about other people. It worked out well because we had our exchange from Shimamoto, Japan, happened to be here at the same time, so he was cooking some things up and telling people about the sister city. So it all worked out very well.
You're thinking about with the International Fest, before we move on, you're thinking about maybe changing the month or just changing the date of it?
I think we're going to go with September. We were really trying to work around Kentucky State University's football schedule so we could get the band there.
Yeah.
And so we were kind of bobbing and weaving. So it ended up in October. So I think we're going to push it in September next year.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're still working on that. This here is a picture of our Sheriff's Department, the school resource officers. And I believe we are probably one of the first counties in the state to have school resource officers in all Franklin County schools. When they first, and I appreciate the Franklin County School working with the Sheriff's Department and the fiscal court on this. When they first pitched it, I wasn't 100% because, I'm kind of old school, and why do we need, deputies in our schools? It's kind of crazy. But the more I learned about it, the more I realized that those men and women really are mentors for these kids. A lot of them are mother and father figures and things like that. So it's really interesting throughout the year how much the kids give those the love, what I mean? They invite them to their birthday parties and their sports events and things like that. So,
and I think I may have been at that fiscal court meeting where they gave an excellent presentation and talking about those things, but also it provides these kids who maybe don't have a lot of dealings with law enforcement, and it provides a face for that. Like this this person has a name. They're not just officer so and so.
Right.
They have a first and a last name. They have a family. Here's a bit of their personality, and they get to know these kids, and vice versa. The kids get to know law enforcement officers.
No, you're exactly right. And unfortunately, a lot of the dealings that kids have with law enforcement is in a negative way.
Yes.
Something goes wrong,
or
they're
on
called
the
in their
news
home
or something.
So they only realize it as negative. So
Right.
I think it's a great way to kind of flip the script and things like that.
No,
so,
I totally agree.
Yeah. This here is just one of our new brush trucks for the fire department. Fiscal Court's been really good about redoing the equipment for all departments, but this year it just so happens that we had to replace 3 brush trucks for the fire department. That's one of them right there. Just kind of showing that we're trying to give our men and women the equipment they need. Things are expensive. Even like that truck right there, I think it was almost a 2-year lead time now by the time we order it. And we had a strategic plan in the other day, and we were talking about a new fire apparatus, and I believe the chief said it could be up to 3 years.
Wow.
It's how do you stay in compliance when you can't get the equipment? So
you have to think that far ahead.
That's exactly right. So, but that's one of the reasons we're doing a lot of committee meetings. That's one thing we got away from in the last court, which wasn't good, but now we're doing committee meetings regularly. We're meeting. We're starting to do strategic planning, looking forward 1, 3, 5 years as far as what do we need, what equipment, what do we have to budget for, things like that. So it's making a big difference.
Right.
I'm a firm believer the more we can communicate, the better off we'll all be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. This here is Allie.
Yeah.
She's our new solid waste coordinator.
We know her pretty well around here. She's done a couple of segments of Trash Talk here.
I think that is so funny that she's doing that. I love the name of that.
Yeah.
But she's energetic. She's really getting into the schools. We're trying to teach kids about recycling and how can we do better. I mean, I think everybody realizes services are only going up, and trash is definitely one of those that could potentially go up a lot. So she's doing a phenomenal job just trying to get into the schools, educate people, trying to come up with some different things to look at.
Yeah.
We are also actually looking as Franklin County. We've put together a task force, and we're hoping by January 2025, Franklin County will hopefully ban single-use plastic bags. So we've been talking to Kroger and all the retail facilities like that, and we're looking at doing styrofoam too, because one thing people don't realize is styrofoam doesn't decompose. Yeah. So we're just trying to kind of get ahead of the curve and do good things for the environment. So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
This here is this could make me happier right here. This is the master plan for Lakeview Park. We've been working on this, it seems like, for a couple years now. We've decided to we're in final phase of the softball complex. So we're going to be building a 7-plex, which there's not one in Central Kentucky, to really kind of help sports tourism and things like that. But it's the court voted on it just a couple weeks ago. The Hitchcock Group is doing the final construction documents. So we are hoping that by the end of spring, this will be out for bid. Probably end of July,
Okay.
And so this will be out to bid. So we hope to have shovels in the ground this year.
Oh, wow.
Another thing with the plan is we met with the governor, and he put money in there for a indoor facility.
Okay.
So hopefully the House and Senate will keep it in there. So we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
But we're very hopeful we could build an indoor facility too. And one really exciting thing that we're working on is building a accessible playground.
Okay.
I've ever had this vision of building the biggest one in the state, and so we've kind of put a little group together. We're meeting with some people. I'm really trying to get private investors to invest in it, and also doing a miracle field for kids in wheelchairs and things like that.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So it's really exciting. I'm actually meeting with the First Lady on Wednesday to see if she would like to get involved in the project. It's just a great project for the community.
Absolutely.
A lot of good things going on.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be nice to hear about the updates to that as you go on. But speaking of updates, I think that might have been the new road department. Or?
Yeah, no, that's a new hotel.
Yeah,
and I think they got another level on there since then. So that's the first energy efficient project that Franklin County's passed. So they have special financing just to make it more environmentally friendly. That's out there in Jet off of Versailles Road. But fun fact is, Franklin County is growing. We actually currently have 4 hotels being built out that way right now that have turned paperwork in that are being built. So it's
so 3 more on top of this.
3 more on top of that. Well, not physically on top of that, but you know what I'm saying. But
yes,
in the area. All right. One across the street. one behind Buffalo Wild Wings, and then one over towards Monoplast on the other side of the interstate.
Is a lot of that driven by bourbon tourism and just looking for places off the interstate? Okay.
I think it's a lot of things. You know, I think, you know, way Louisville's pushed out, and Lexington's pushed out, and Frankfurt's still this nice little quaint town. And, you know, I do think downtown is growing. You know, we have some new restaurants coming in there. So I think it's kind of a compilation of everything.
I think Keeneland has a lot, to do with it as well. Because I wonder, you know, it's pretty much a straight shot from there. You know, Versailles Road.
That's
within 15, 20 minutes. You're
exactly
right
right.
there at
Makes
Keeneland.
sense for a lot of things, yeah.
But if you think about it, when's the last time things have been built like hotels in this community? It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
You know, so in addition to all the housing that we have being built right now, I mean, I think there's a record number of apartments and houses on the books right now. So, you know, and I think in another year or two, this town's going to look a little bit different for the better.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
a lot of outside money coming in, which is what we need to grow.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
This is some pictures of our road department.
Yeah.
Obviously, the bad weather last week really kind of slowed us down. But we're excited. You know, we're finally doing a capital campaign to build a new Franklin County Road Department. They've been working out of the same road department since 1958, I believe. So it's a $6 million project, new salt bin, vehicle storage, and then a big shop. And one of the things the fiscal court is talking about doing is doing all of our own fleet maintenance. So we haven't been doing that up until this point. So that's going to be important for us to kind of really control our fleet and manage it a lot better as far as maintenance. And then, you know, if it's time to sell something while it's still worth something, to buy something else. And it hasn't been typically done that way in the past. So that's kind of a new venture for the fiscal court. But we're heading that way. So we're hopeful by this time next year, obviously, we'll be in the new facility. So it's going well.
And do we have an image of you all doing the groundbreaking for the road department, or was that for something else?
There it is. Yep. And you can see in the background, I don't know if it's on those trucks or not. No, we ended up doing new logos for county government. Don't believe it's on those trucks there. I can't see real well. But anyway, so it's we're just kind of, it's all, for me, it's all about building the team. You know, we have a new road superintendent, Duke Wilburn, doing a great job. You know, John Mitchell retired, and we had to fill that void. But he's been a wonderful addition to the road department, and we're able to, you know, give raises last court meeting to all county employees. So it feels good. You know, we're heading in the right direction, and we're doing it as a team. You know, it's the saying, you know, we look at ourselves as a fiscal court as a boat, you know, and I do feel like we're all rowing in the same direction.
That's good.
So, yeah, it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
I think we got one more image to look at. Last one.
Oh, this is, I don't know a lot about this one. I probably have this in my notes here. They handed it to me on the way out. This is the fire department working with the Red Cross. So they here it is. They partnered with the Red Cross, and they installed over 300 smoke detectors in more than 100 homes in Frankfurt, Franklin County. So I think that's just kind of showing how much we do in the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, it's a good reminder to tell people it's a great time of year to change their batteries. You know, it's
don't sleep on it.
That's exactly right. So
and it's nice to have those partnerships between folks in the county and also with Red Cross as well. It's just really important.
Yeah, there's a story on the radio just this morning about, and I forget what county it was in, but somebody had a total loss, and their fire alarms saved them. They said that they wouldn't have made it out if it weren't for their smoke.
Is that right?
Yeah. So
it's scary stuff.
Really important.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, another big thing we're still working on is putting everything online, especially our planning and zoning. For years, we've heard, you know, it's been hard to work in Franklin County, but we are still working to get everything online. I think you can go online now and buy your permits and pay things. And we're just trying to make it easier for the citizen, the developer, things like that. So we're full staffed at planning and zoning. We have 2 electrical inspectors now, 2 building inspectors, 2 planners, a new office manager, and then our head person. So yeah, things are good.
Yeah, you can find that portal on the county's website as well.
That is correct. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, there's a lot of good things going on, but there's still a whole lot of work to do. You know, we're looking forward to. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I was going to look forward to 2024 a little
yeah,
bit.
You tell me what you're looking forward to this year.
Yeah, not take up a whole lot of time. I mean, a couple things we're looking at. We still have broadband. You know, I know the plant board's working on 800 and some homes in the county. We still have about 1,000 left to go, and we're just kind of waiting for the federal government to release the BEAD money to see what it takes to get it and who qualifies and things like that. But that's a huge priority, huge priority for the fiscal court to go ahead and get the rest of those homes taken care of. Obviously, we've talked a little bit about Lakeview Park. You know, our park system and quality of life is a big deal for us, and but we are moving forward. It's probably not moving fast enough as some people, you know, I hear people saying they're not doing anything, and I'm like, trust me, we are. It just takes time.
For
it's
a
all
big
the planning.
project, it takes a lot of planning.
We want to make sure we do it right.
Yeah, you don't want to just put a shovel in the dirt.
Yep, that's exactly
figure
right.
It out, yeah.
Yep, and then you know, indoor pool is still important to us. You know, we had a good meeting last week with the superintendent and the mayor, and there's going to be some things that come out very shortly about a new facility. So I'm not going to say it right today, but
okay,
but you're going to hear
You're
going to hear it soon. So, but it's something hopefully everybody can get behind, and we know it's a big void in our community. So we're working on it.
You mentioned new restaurants. You got any rumors you want to spread on?
Well, no, I'm not going to say anything that hasn't been released, but I do know for a fact that you know, the new Brown Barrel that's in Midway is coming downtown to the Gibbies, you know, and that's the only one I can say right this second.
Yeah, and it's going to be great to have that space filled because Gibbies was, you know, it was clutch to have it there, and
a great location.
And so I think it's needed to have something in there. So I'm glad he's coming.
Well, it's something that's a local. I mean, I know he's in for sales in Midway, but it's still it's a kind of local Kentucky establishment. Not
I would agree. It's not a big chain.
Yeah,
exactly.
They traded places.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, a lot of things going on, like I said, and anytime anybody wants to ask questions or call or come by, you know, I'm happy to talk. So if you all ever have anything.
And we're looking forward to having you on throughout the rest of the year, and also folks can tune in to Cable 10 and to Facebook and YouTube to check out your all's meeting on Wednesday night.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Judge, and thanks to the fiscal court for a great year and everything you guys do.
Well, thank you guys for what you do. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All righty. Take care. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, you too.